who do I actually know? What's my network like? What are my skills? What are my interests? What are my experiences? What are my hobbies? How do they relate to needs of the world? Perhaps I could, combine two or three of these and invent something new.
My name is Anna Powell and I work at EuroEnviro as a process leader and business coach. And at EuroEnviro we help people develop their entrepreneurial skills. We've developed a method together with Chalmers School of Entrepreneurship that we call Lupa, which is an agile business development method that we use in all of our different courses and programs. And we also provide business coaching for anyone who wants to take an idea to the next step.
And my name is Christopher Lindgren, and I work in a program called Levla, as in leveling up. And it's also based on the Loop method that EuroEnviro works with, but it's based towards youth between 16 and 24 who are unemployed and not studying or not doing anything. And we use this method to see where are they, who do they know, what do they like to do, what can they do, and find out ways for them to create value for other people using the skills they have today. So Levla is a 16-week program where we take youth from confused and not really knowing where they're headed to having a vision of where they want to go, and having a toolkit of diminishing uncertainty, like trying out their hypotheses, actively looking for feedback, and then implementing that feedback towards improving the process of getting where they want to go. So if we want to have a practical example of, for instance, a young girl who wanted to become a lawyer, but didn't think she could because, she didn't have the grades and she couldn't get student loans. She thought that was her hypothesis. Then we said, okay, well, this is a hypothesis. Let's test it. Let's see if it's true. And it turned out that actually, she only had to increase her grades in one specific class, and then it turned out when she asked the CSN, responsible for student loans, turned out, actually yes, because of this and this reason, you're applicable for a student loan. So in 6 months, she was studying what she wanted to study, but just by testing her hypothesis of what the world was like.
So EuroEnviro is a non-profit foundation that is teaching or learning people or developing people's entrepreneurial skills. We need more entrepreneurial people in this complex world that we're living in. We need people that can understand their own value and create value for others, so that we can have more sustainable ideas, and they're also a better and more sustainable world. I think there's so many choices for young people today. They have so much to choose from, and there's a lot to be inspired by. And I think that often they can miss the things that they actually already have. So by focusing on what, as you said, what do they know right now, how can they create value with what they have right now, and who do they know, and focus more on who are they today and how can they develop for the future, or in that vision or in that direction that they want.
Regardless of what goal that you want to achieve, it's very easy to see the distance from where you are to where you want to go, and not necessarily how to bridge that gap. But we're trying to bring them back to, okay, where are you now, and what is the next step? Because the next step is easy; it's just one step, and then there's another one, and another one. And ultimately, you'll end up somewhere. But we see a lot of analysis paralysis and not knowing how to take all of the steps at once, pretty much. And I think that's a result of a very goal-oriented system that we're in, where you have to do this 5-year education, and then you can work with this career. And when you're creating new things, there's no 5-year plan. There is no guide for what to do, and that leaves people very confused. All right. So inside here, we created a workspace for deep focus work, where every 50 minutes the alarm goes off and everyone takes a break and rushes out to the sun, grabs coffee. But then there's a 10-minute break, and then we go back inside into the workroom and focus intensely on the task at hand. Let's take a look.
That's one of the biggest issues, and helping them to understand their situation, and also what's going on in the head and also in the emotions. A lot of reflections, and also one-to-one meetings to discuss things like that, because there's so many things that is affecting them in so many different levels, and it's not just school and not just their hobbies. There's so many things around them going on. So absolutely, it's a very big and important thing to address.
And I think we use it like locally or specifically for the entrepreneurial roller coaster. I think that's a way of approaching your own mind, your own emotions in a very practical way. And then that leads to a bigger analysis, I would say, of like your life situation, etc. Because having this idea of, oh, my project, oh, it's so much fun. It's wait, this is hard. Oh no, this is bad. Oh, this is shit. I am shit. And then you hopefully have this turn at the bottom where it's like, oh, this is okay, and I'm okay, and this is fun, and then you go, and the volatility decreases over time, and then you can start looking at your life like that as well, and perhaps bring some of the tools of managing the entrepreneurial process emotionally into life as well. As the world becomes more unpredictable, having this skill set of pivoting, for instance, in your career is going to be ever more valuable, because there will be more changes coming, bigger and more rapidly, probably. So having this toolkit is going to help you become a better, not only like a startup owner, but also like a teacher or a doctor, because suddenly things will be changed. AI technology, for instance, is changing many things rapidly. So being able to pivot on the spot and still create value, still learn, it's not going to be less useful in the future.